Salvador, made it to the semifinals. This event to the quarterfinals. So really racking up the points, getting the experience in, and I'm sure we'll see him in a final real soon.
Yeah, with only 17 years old, I mean, he's a really good surfer. He made it to the semi, as you were saying, in El Salvador, and here to the quarter. So this shows you how constant this young surfer is making through passing some hits in the event. So
very consistent competitor. We're into heat number 1 of the semifinals now. In the water, we'll be watching in red Tanner Hendrickson from Hawaii, and in white Michael Powell from the United States. And Christian, you're going to be leaving me here, but cousin Angelo's going to be joining me. Thanks so much for your commentary. Really insightful view from the Mexican side of the fence here. And
it's
always a pleasure, number 5.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the show. I leave you guys with Angelo Lozano, Mr. Flow.
Well, welcome to the jungle, Angelo. How did last night go? I'm sure you went to the monster party as well, the after party. I didn't quite make it, but your late start indicates you had a pretty good evening.
Hello, Gary. Good morning, everybody. Happy to be here. As we see red right there working that wave. Is that Tanner Hendrickson?
Tanner Hendrickson from Hawaii. And answering right back, there goes White, big floater, and just doesn't hold on to it. Michael Powell from the United States. There's a replay of Tanner Hendrickson.
That's right. Well, as you were saying,
and there goes the replay of Michael Powell. So got our cameraman doing overtime there, getting both surfers in. Real good job. Last heat, unfortunately, we missed a couple of good waves, but did you see Leigh Sedley's wave, that 7.83 that he got?
No, I really just got here, Gary, but I'm sure it was a good wave. Tell me about it.
I didn't see it. We didn't see it here on the camera. I was hoping to get some insight from you. And we're here on the beach with Johnny Corso, your little brother, interviewing Leigh Sedley.
All right.
All right, we're here with Leigh Sedley. How you did out there?
Yeah, man. I was lucky to get that right and got a good little pit and got a high score, 7.8, I think, and made the heat. So, yeah, in the semis now, pretty much about 15 minutes. So just staying warm and getting into it.
Nice. This is your first time here in Acapulco?
Yeah, it is my first time in Acapulco. I've been to Mexico a bunch of times and I love it down here. And Acapulco is new to me and I love it. And yeah, I'll definitely come back.
How you think about the waves? Do you expect the waves here in the town?
The waves, I'm sure the waves get really good. I've had some fun waves in this event. It's not probably as good as it could be, but it's still fun. Can't complain. There's some swell. So.
Right. And what do you think about the contest, the event, and the first, a lot of money?
Yeah, 20 grand for first is pretty tempting. So. Yeah, that's definitely the focus. For me, is got to beat 2 more people now. So.
All right, do you want to say hi to everybody watching?
Say hi to my family and friends at home and my girlfriend Alicia, and yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, good luck in the next round.
Thanks, bro.
Well, thanks, Johnny. Johnny really doing some good interviews down there on the beach, and you must have schooled him pretty well, Angelo. He's a real professional guy.
Well, he's doing awesome. I mean, he's doing his own deal by himself, and he's got a lot of motivation. Smart boy, he's ripping, and well, I bet you gave him some really good advice because he's doing a great job interviewing.
Well, the scores are in for red. Tanner Hendrickson on that first ride scores a 4.83, and Michael Powell on his first wave, a 3.5 or a 1.27. So first place now early, Tanner Hendrickson from Hawaii, and second place, white, Michael Powell. Michael Powell needing a 3.57. And it looks like it just showed up, La Charra, I'm sorry. And he is the history of surfing here in Acapulco. We're going to have him sit in here and tell us a little bit about the history of Acapulco. He's doing an interview there on the beach, quite a celebrity in his own right. And
okay, yeah, that was going to be awesome. La Charra used to surf with Vencio Garcia, so I'm going to leave you guys with him right after that interview he's doing.
But come back, Angelo.
Great honor to have him here. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to come back and
tell me about last evening. Did you go to the Monster Party? Was that this rock?
Yeah, I went over there and Monster did a great job putting up that Monster Party. They rented a really nice house and a lot of media was there, a lot of the surfers, and a bunch of people were having a good time. So here, let's talk to La Charra.
La Charra is going to be coming in here, give us a little bit of a history of Acapulco surfing. Well, bienvenido, La Charra. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bendito Dios, estamos bien, bien contentos, aparte de que estamos bien de salud.
Sí, esa es la cosa más importante. La gente quiere saber más un poco sobre la historia del surf acá en Acapulco, y yo voy a intentar traducir un poco para la gente que solamente habla inglés, pero dile a las personas que están escuchando.
La historia del surfing aquí en el estado de Guerrero comenzó en los años 50.
50, de veras.
Sí, ahí tenemos un historial muy grande. Yo soy de la segunda generación. Hay unos compañeros que todavía viven, otros que ya se fueron de la primera generación, y cómo me gustaría que alguien de ellos estuviera aquí en este momento para desmentir lo que yo estoy diciendo, porque es una historia muy bonita.
¿Quién fue el primer surfista? Discúlpeme.
El primer surfista de aquí, comenzamos a ver gringos, y ya después de gringos ya comenzamos a surfear en cualquier cosa que flotara, porque no había tablas aquí anteriormente. El primer surfista de aquí, de Acapulco, que ganó el primer torneo fue Sebastián Palma. Está vivo todavía el compañero. Eso fue el local. Aparte de que hay unos del centro de Acapulco, que Rodrigo Huertas, Luis Díaz, omito a varios porque así en el momento no recuerdo, pero muchos interesados en este deporte, que fue donde se comenzó a formar la onda de competitividad, porque el estado de Guerrero fue el primer estado que hizo el primer nacional en 1978 en la Unión Petacalco. Y esos compañeros, hay unos vivos todavía, otros ya muertos.
Well, I'm going to translate a little bit here for you guys out there in English. And La Charra was telling me that the first surfers were in the early 50s, and I think they were part of the Hollywood crew that came and brought some of their boards. Daryl Zanuck always traveled with a surfboard, and as soon as the locals saw surfing, they took anything that floated and went out there and tried to take advantage of the surf. And the first championship was held, the national championship was held here in the state of Guerrero, and it was held at that infamous break of Pedicalco. And a lot of you guys know Pedicalco from the late 60s, early 70s was one of the better waves, and certainly the most famous wave of Mexico. And I had the pleasure of watching La Charra compete in the World Masters. The second World Masters was held in Playa Cicatela, where he really impressed all the more famous international surfers with his tube riding ability. And go ahead, take it away. Thank you. We're going to watch this one wave here of white. our surfer Michael Powell from the United States, putting in quite a performance there, getting 3 maneuvers in, finishing that wave off. That's the kind of wave he needed. He only needed a 3.57. There's the replay, straight up through the top. Wave permitting, hits it again, hits that curl one more time. 3 big maneuvers on his backhand. That's the kind of score he needs. He needs a 3.57 to go into the lead. La Chara, disculpe, ¿puede continuar, seguir con la historia?
El primer torneo que se hizo en 78 Petacalco ganó un gran amigo mío que se llama Evencio García. Desgraciadamente falleció en una competencia en la Bonfil. Él fue el primer campeón nacional de México. El segundo torneo nacional que se hizo en 1983, Puerto Escondido, que fue ahí donde obtuve yo mi primer torneo que gané, y de allí para acá pues he estado en el agua y seguiré estando en el agua mientras Dios me preste vida. Esperamos que este concurso que se está viendo ahorita sea la ventana que la abre hacia el mundo exterior. Espero que la gente que haya venido se haya ido con esa satisfacción de haber surfeado estas olas que mandamos a traer para este concurso.
Well, that's a great. Lachara is telling us that one of his friends, Evancio Garcia, has since been passed away. He was competing, and he caught a wave after winning the event, and just disappeared. His body was never found. But he also commented that he would like this to be the window that opens the vision to the world of the great waves that we have in Acapulco, and hopes that it will be the start of something really big. I can guarantee you the plans for next year are going to go even bigger. The governor of the state of Guerrero is going to be here and hopefully make the big announcement that next year will be a 6-star event. Meanwhile, action out on the water, the second wave of Tanner Hendrickson, a 3.57. Last wave of White, a 4.50. So White still in second place now, needing a 4.01. We're down to 12 minutes, 39 seconds remaining. ¿Han gustado la competición hasta ahora?
Hemos tenido un par de olas buenas y un par de olas malas. Nada es perfecto.
Nada es perfecto, es una balanza, pero por lo menos los surfers que están surfeando son surfeando un nivel que pocas veces tiene la oportunidad de ver aquí en la playa, ¿verdad?
Sí, es la primera vez que vemos este nivel de surf, por lo mismo de que estamos aprendiendo de ellos ahora.
Eso es lo bueno de tener una competición internacional, porque se puede ver algo que no se vea todos los días y otra línea que tal vez no tiene visto, pero claro que después de ver se puede completar todas las maniobras con un poco de práctica.
Sí, están ahorita en el agua los mejores, que es que estamos aprendiendo de ellos.
¿Tiene algo que quiere decir a la gente del mundo?
Sí, claro que sí. Tengo algo muy importante que decirles a todos los surfers del mundo. Que los esperemos con los brazos abiertos aquí en Acapulco. Hay olas todo el año. Todo el tiempo hay olas, pequeñas o grandes. Se pone muy buena. Los esperamos, de verdad.
And here we go, watching Michael Powell and White got a nice big floater. Look at that, just right down through the roof. Did land that. Lachara is telling you that the message he would like to send out to the rest of the world, that he and his friends are here waiting with open arms to watch this replay, and that you're all really welcome. There's waves all year round in Acapulco, summer, winter, spring, and fall. Small, large, a variety of waves, but the local surfers here just will welcome you with open arms, show you where the waves are good. Look for La Chara. He is definitely the leader of the pack down here, and one of the best surfers, one of the greatest gentlemen, great representative of Mexican surfing. Thank you so much for joining us here and filling us a little bit of the history. It was very interesting for me, and I'm sure everybody out there listening enjoyed hearing what you had to say. Thank you, La Chara. Oh man, we just watching that last wave of Tanner Hendrickson. Kind of didn't get much altitude, but I guess you're going to call that an air reverse. But he just really just did a spin here. Watch that big re-entry and beautiful maneuver, total control. Very critical section. Not an air reverse. Angelo, did you see that? What would you call it? I'm a little bit short on some of the names of these new maneuvers.
Wow, I'm not sure really, but that was tail blow grab. Not sure, but that was amazing.
Tail blow grabs, that flows. I like that.
I probably just invented that, but I mean, there's different names for same maneuvers. People call it one thing, people call it another thing, but that was beautiful, really, really critical. And I was amazed he landed because that was on a really hard section of the wave, most critical section. And the waves are bigger today. It seems like they're a lot harder to surf. When the swell hits here, conditions change quite a bit. I think the prime size for this wave is 3 to 4 feet. Maybe it's a bit bigger today. I'm not sure. What would you call it, Gary?
Well, it's not so much the size. I think it's the period of this swell. It's a long period swell. I think most beach breaks like a shorter period swell, so it's a little bit more broken up. And so you get the angles change. When it's a long period, it's just one straight line that's traveling a long distance. That's good for a reef or a point break, but for a beach break, you want that wind swell so that you get a little bit more peaky variety. So I don't think it's really the size so much. It's just the type of swell. And but yeah, 3 to 5 foot. That's what it was the first day here, Monday, when we showed up, and that was to this point has been the best waves that I've seen. So scores coming in for that last wave are red, a 3.97. Tanner Hendrickson holding on to the lead. Michael Powell now he's been second place through the whole part of the heat. Tanner Hendrickson started out with a good score. Michael Powell needing a 4.31 to move in advance out of this semifinal heat and onto the final. So the thing's getting critical here now. Down to the big money round, we're going to have a first place prize of $20,000. So these guys out in the water, pressure on. They need to put it all into one package here, get to that next round, and hopefully have saved a little bit or a lot, depending, for that final.
Well, yeah, it's we're getting really close to that final part of the contest. 20 grand. Somebody's going to be really, really happy later on today. And, Tanner Hendrickson's got a really good chance. I've been hanging out with him the last couple of days, and he looks really relaxed, really just having a good time, and it's showing on the result. Already semifinal, he's in first place. Even if he doesn't go through, he's got a podium already, so I would be pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, but if you get this close, you want that cigar, you want that $20,000, man. I'm sure Tanner Hendrickson is thinking right now, well, I'm in a pretty good lead. I got 9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, so got a pretty good chance. Michael Powell really only has one counting wave. He can throw away a 1.27, so this heat's a lot closer than it looks. It's really going down to if Michael Powell can get one more scoring ride. And here he is up there, Michael Powell in backside, and that's an overhead wave. He comes up through the lip and just floats it back down. A pretty critical maneuver, but he's going to finish it off nicely. That's going to be right up there where we're in the range that he needs. He needs a 4.31. He's got an inside section now, if he can, it's inside section we've seen doesn't count that much. You really need to finish it off with some kind of explosive maneuvers. You watch the replay, that big
that was a money turn right there at the end, right?
That closeout re-entry, I think that really set himself up good. I think that's going to push him into first place, but we'll just have to wait and see. We're down to 5 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. So this is when the heat starts to really get crucial. The last exchanges, when the heats are this close, are the ones that count. So the lead probably going to be switching back and forth here.
Well, very interesting exchange right there. We saw Powell get that wave, and it had a really hard face to read. It seems like he wanted to hit it, but waited, and then did that floater. But the scores are coming through, and it seems like he got a 4.27, which means.
What it means is he's still in second place. He still needs to better a 4.27. He needs to better that wave. I mean, he needed a 4.31. He got a 4.27. So the judge is really not wanting to give him that heat on that last wave. It was really close.
I think it all winds down to that first maneuver where he kind of doubted and did that floater, which wasn't really a floater. He was kind of like, I'm not sure what it really was, but I think that's what the judges probably why they didn't want to give him the score. I'm not sure. That last maneuver was very solid though. But then again, it's really hard to read this wave. It starts really hollow, and well, he still have 3 minutes remaining. I'm sure that's enough time for him to get out there and get another wave. It's not much what he needs. Hopefully, he just stays motivated and tries to go all out on that next chance he gets.
Yeah, he's got one more opportunity virtually, and you can catch two waves in 3 minutes, but it's pretty challenging in these conditions. Yeah, you're right about the judges want to see that first maneuver going really big, and that's really why that is because it's so darn difficult. If you go big on your first maneuver, there's a good chance you're not going to make the wave, so you're really taking a lot of risk. Judges rewarding the risk with big scores and really consistent judging all the way through this competition. We've seen everybody winning there. Angelo Lozano. We're all winners, of course. This competition has been a fantastic success. I've had a time of my life, boy. Every day is a day of my life right now. I'm enjoying every day, but it's really some great times here.
I saw you last night over at the Roxy party, Gary. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, just absolutely fantastic. Had a big buffet, free beer from Heineken, a great catwalk there with the models from Brazil. And then we had some great music from the Costa Rica girl, Deba.
The DJ, yeah.
No, she was live. The Costa Rican girl that was live.
I'm sorry, yeah, Debbie Nova.
Debbie Nova, and she just put on a fantastic. I was mesmerized. I sat up there in the front, loved live music, and it's just really a really great evening. Would have liked to join you at the Monster Party, but I had to be down here early in the morning, probably just as well, because I feel pretty good. And I mean, I think if I'd have drank a Monster at that point, I'd been up all night and probably would just walked in here straight from the party.
Well, yeah, Debbie Nova did a great job. She's amazing and she's very talented. She has this really nice and special style for singing. I remember she went over to Puerto last year and she played for everyone as well in another Roxy party. So she's already part of these kind of events here in Mexico. We love her to come here and share her great music. Yeah, it was like you were saying, it was amazing. And then Monster is just doing these these really nice events. You know, they take the monster girls around. But let's go to the main situation right now. We have 50 seconds remaining.
What's happening out in the water? Red is in first place. White knows he needs a wave, but it's man-on-man conditions. Red has priority, so he's just sitting on him. Red's not going to let him have any waves, so that's a real tactical maneuver going out there, and it looks like they were having a chat, but what they're really doing, Red's keeping White from catching that wave and the possibility of beating him. So that's the thing with the priority system in man-on-man. It's a little bit different style of competition, and there it is in its finest form. You know, one surfer blocking the other, and here goes the countdown. You'll see them shaking hands in a minute. Both guys, really nice young guys, and good representatives of their sport. Here we go, the countdown. Tanner Hendrickson going to move into the final. He's going to be super stoked. There he goes. Tanner Hendrickson from Hawaii into the final. Unfortunately, Michael Powell not going to make it, but putting on